All right. Not sure how someone's going to feel about something. So you kind of really careful about what you say around them or what you do around them. That's walking on eggshells. I want to talk about that real quick. Stay tuned. All right, this is Nimbus Intuition. Let's get started off thinking about good things, pleasant things, things that make us smile, things that make us laugh, things that make us feel good. Think about it, think about it, think about it. All right, so today I want to talk about walking on eggshells. Have you ever experienced a situation where you're around a person and you know that, they tend to have a reaction to the things that you do or things that you say, and so you kind of start censoring yourself, or you either try not to be around them or you censor yourself when you are around them. Be careful about the things that you do around them, because that might also, set them off, or things of that nature, where you're being really careful around a person because you have an experience with them that shows you that the things that you say and do around them may, offend them or make them feel away, hurt their feelings, or have them have some kind of reaction that isn't a pleasant one. That's walking on eggshells. We see this a lot in different ways. This can be a job scenario, this can be a family scenario, this can be a relationship scenario, but what it all comes down to is walking on eggshells. All right, and so this is not a good scenario to be in. If you can't be yourself around another person, this is what it really results in, walking on eggshells. I think when it comes to relationships, this is very important not to have that dynamic there, because if you are censoring yourself and you're constantly worried about what next might you say or do to trigger this person to feel offended, to feel hurt, to feel away, to be angry or upset in some kind of way, then that's not a good indication of a good relationship that can be had. And so it's all about knowing yourself, because and the other person who may be feeling this way, may have some work to do as well. But it's about knowing yourself. So if you're on the other side of this scenario where you're around someone who you feel does things and says things, maybe you feel like they're doing it intentional to hurt your feelings, or they're saying things to make you feel away, or it just feels that way to you. These are the things you might want to, make a note of. Like, make a note that you were in the office on this day and so-and-so said such and such, and it really made you angry. And you have to kind of do some shadow work behind that. Why did this make me angry? Answer that question, and then you go deeper than that. What makes that make me angry, and why is that bringing up anger? And keep going and going and going, and keep asking those questions until you get, hopefully, to the bottom of what it is that is triggering you, because it is a trigger when that can happen. All right, and so this can happen with all kinds of scenarios, like I said, family situations, relationship situations. But if you're on the other side of that, it's really key to kind of figure out why this is happening. It's an expression called no fucks given, and that's really when we are we're emotionally secure in ourselves. We kind of have that kind of attitude, because that's a part of knowing yourself, because it's not about what other people think about you, what other people say about you. You are good within yourself. And even if it said something foul is said about you, around you, it really won't affect you if you are, you've done that work with yourself and you know yourself. All right. And so please write that stuff down. Start doing some shadow work. Now, if you're on the other side of this, walking on eggshell situation where you're triggering people and you're intentionally doing so. So you're saying things that you know will hurt somebody's feelings, or you're doing things that you know that people will feel a way about, then that's also something to do some shadow work with. Why are you doing that? Like, write it down. Like, today, I intentionally pissed off Joe Blow because, and then, why did I do that? Da, 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 and then write that down. And why did I feel the need to do that? And keep going, like, and figure out why it is that you are going around trying to intentionally trigger people. And that will help you as well, because nobody really wants to be around that. People want to be themselves and be themselves freely without, having to go through those kind of situations. That's what we call toxic situations, especially when people are intentionally doing those things. That's considered, what is considered now toxic, right? And so, go ahead and do the shadow work with it. And know that once you are getting to know yourself, it's a continuous journey. We all are on this journey of getting to know ourselves. The more you can not allow those things to affect you, even if somebody is trying to intentionally cause you a negative feeling, or cause you to get angry, or cause you to get upset. You can be in these situations of walking on eggshells, and it's really not that for you, because you don't really care about the shells around. You're going to do you no matter what, because there's no fucks given. All right? And so get to, what we're striving for is to get to that point where people cannot affect us in those ways. All right? And so shadow work was all about whatever side you're on this walking on eggshell scenario. Shadow work is the key, I think, that will help the situation. It's not a good situation no matter what scenario it falls into. And so, and especially inside of a relationship, that's not a good scenario to be in. So if you're in a relationship and you're walking on eggshells, that's not it. All right. Jobs, you can change your job. You can start looking and figuring out where else you can go, so you can change your environment. Family situations, limit your time with people who are intentionally doing that. And like I said, if you're doing that intentionally to someone else, you got to do some shadow work, because that's not the move. Okay. All right. So that's all I have today. Let me know if you've been in a situation where you felt like you were in a scenario. You can just have been the observing person where you've seen this go on, and let us know what that's like. All right, y'all. So I hope everybody out there is well. And once again, love and gratitude.